Good morning. Well, we're doing something a little different today. Hey everybody, haven't seen you in a while. It's been a few weeks, but today we are doing some urban walking here in beautiful downtown Jacksonville, and we're going to be starting here where the statue, that's the back of the horse, of Andrew Jackson is, down here on the beautiful St. John's riverfront. And we're going to be going over some bridges. We're going to be going over this blue one here. I don't know the names. I think it's called the Bay Street Bridge or Main Street Bridge. I don't think we'll be going over this one, but the one you can't see behind it, which is I-95, we're going to be going over that one. There's a new walkway that's been put in over that bridge, which is really awesome. So a little bit different. Not even sure how many miles we're going to be doing, but we're going to be hiking on a different kind of grass today. These old cobblestones. So anyway, if I see some cool stuff along the way, which I know I will, I'll show you. So let's get hiking. All right, we are crossing our first bridge. This is the Alsop or Main Street Bridge. Really unique bridge. I believe this bridge was built in the 1930s. I know it's due for a major refit this year. So it's interesting the way this bridge works. You see this tower here. And what happens, these heavy weights will lift this whole center section of the road. The whole thing lifts straight up into the air for the ships to come through. That side, this is called the North Bank I'm looking at over there. So the North Bank is primarily residential, and then we head into downtown where there's a lot of stuff going on. I think you guys can see that railroad crossing that bridge right there. That's a really unique bridge too. It'll probably be up later and we can show it to you. And right there is the CSX building, which is CSX Railroad Company. So it's pretty cool. The center of the bridge is, steel grate. Kind of spooky to look down there, but where we're walking, it's all been filled in. Really nice. So let me tell you why I decided to do an urban walk today. It's a very large low pressure system is about to hit Florida at 2 o'clock this afternoon, which is unusual in the winter, but it does happen. And I did not want to be stuck in the woods. And plus, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, is to get down here into the city where we live and work, and just kind of take a cruise through some of these urban areas. All right, so that's the bridge we just came over, and we're on the north side now, looking towards downtown. As I was saying earlier, on the north side there's more residential over here and commercial, but I've never seen this before. Look at this. So I guess people have love locks along the river here. It's kind of interesting. And we're on the north side Riverwalk, which not sure where I'm going. There's nothing on all trails that I can find about this, but we'll just keep cruising. It looks like construction is being done on this large fountain here. Not sure. I know there's construction on the other side of the river doing similar work, so who knows what they're up to, but we'll just keep cruising along the river here. Eventually it will get us to where we're going. So this is MOSH, or the Museum of Science and History, which is right down here on the north bank. It's pretty cool. And there's a pretty cool sculpture out here in the middle too. And I think we can go across this next bridge over here. So we'll go check that out. So this is I think they call it the Skyway. It's an electric train that was built probably 20 or 30 years ago here in Jacksonville. On this side, on the north side, there's a bunch of hospitals, which we'll see later over here. And the downtown area is over here. And this is the Acosta Bridge that we're about to cross. Pretty sure we're allowed to cross this bridge. I'm going to see in a minute. So if you're driving through Jacksonville on I-95, if you look towards downtown or towards the east, you'll see this bridge, the Acosta, which is famous for having these LED lights that run the whole length of the bridge that are different colors. Like right now at Christmas, they're probably red and green. 4th of July, red, white, and blue. Most of the time they're blue though. So I'm going to show you the view from up here at the top of almost the top of the Acosta. We started right over there by the Wells Fargo building. We went over the Main Street Bridge, which is this one. Came down along here. There's Mosh, and I found out that little park we were going through that's under construction is the old Jacksonville Waterfront Park and Marina. So I don't know if it's under redevelopment or not. Look over here. And this is where all the medical is here in Jacksonville. There's a lot of medical over here. The Baptist Hospital, O'Connell, Baptist Health, Wolfson's Children's Hospital. All those buildings over there are hospitals. And in the middle here you can see where that Skyway vehicle goes across. And of course in the downtown area you can see there's a lot of banking going on. Wells Fargo, Compass Bank. And in a minute, we're going to be able to see Riverside, which includes more primarily financial stuff. And then it's an old historic neighborhood, which we'll be in a little bit later. And also has a heck of a lot of residential, newer residential in there, which is really nice. I mean, you know, a city like this can't survive without residential. As you can see, as I looked at downtown, there's almost no residential in this whole section here. It's a little bit right there, just above the right-hand side of the bridge. And there's a couple of residentials over here. There's a stadium in the middle. But very, very little downtown residential here in Jacksonville. So great to see that that is something that is growing. Let's keep going. So earlier we saw that train going across. And now the train bridge is up, so you can see, and we might see it a little better further down. That whole section of track has counterweights and lifts the whole section of track up after the train is gone, and it allows boats to go underneath. So the train bridge has no, hill or anything in it. It's completely flat, and then that goes down when the train is coming and comes back up when the train goes by. Pretty cool. Hey, right down here, that is the Jacksonville Riverwalk on the north side, and we probably, let me try getting in my frame. There we go. We probably on the Riverwalk are going to come back this way. We'll go over the other bridge, which we can't see right now, and then come back across it to the south side here, and then come back down along the Riverwalk. So let's keep cruising. That's pretty cool. So we made it here to Water Street. We're now going to head west over to the next bridge. Really nice seeing all these people out here hiking, and we're getting ready to head over to the Riverside section of Jacksonville, which is sorry about that, which is where we're going next. So let's cruise on over and hit another bridge. All right, this is the old Jacksonville Rail Terminal. What a cool building. Not sure when it was built, but is now the Prime Osborne Convention Center, which is Jacksonville's convention center. So pretty cool. All right, we're coming up We came off the bridge down here, and now we're on the Park Street Viaduct. Takes us over the railroad tracks, and now we're looking at the heart of Riverside, where we will catch our next bridge. So my guess is these empty lots, this house, this was Riverside, and I'm gonna guess that's the 40s or 50s, and this is Riverside now. These lofts and apartment buildings and mixed use, and you know, makes sense of proximity to the river that having those kind of houses. And I'm looking at the architecture here. Probably were some old Victorians or something along this corner lot that were long here, as you can tell by the curb. You know, there obviously were buildings there, but now we got Whole Foods and Club Pilates. So kind of interesting to see the development, and really nice here in Jacksonville to see this residential coming close to the downtown area. So now we're on Riverside Drive. You can see the Wells Fargo building over there. That's where we came from. We crossed a couple of bridges, and you can see why it's called Riverside. It's on the river. There's the Y. Law offices, FIS, they do computer stuff, Florida Blue, and then these apartments, mixed use with restaurants down below. We'll have to come out sometime and visit Riverside in the evening or something. It is really nice here. There are definitely parklands have been left, as well as the Cummer Museum. A lot of other things down along here, but that's not for today. Today we're going over the bridges, so let's get walking. Those of you who know me know I'm a fan of local restaurants that are outstanding, and arepa, please. If they were open, I would go in there right now. This is a local restaurant right here on the corner of Riverside and Forest. They don't have a lot of parking. Be patient. It is awesome. Beautiful inside too. It's all boarded up right now, or you know, shuttered up. But arepa, please. They started a food truck. Fantastic Latin food. So I don't talk a lot about that, but I figure I'd give them a plug. All right, this is our next bridge that we're going to go over. But before we go, I want to show you guys, and we'll do just a quick walkthrough. This is the Riverside Arts Market every Saturday, or RAM, you'll hear people in Jacksonville talk about. The Riverside Arts Market is right here on the river, underneath the bridge, so unless it's really bad weather, it's a great place to come. Local artisans, all local, curated, no stuff from other countries. Well, I mean, unless the people brought it themselves. Fresh veggies, and lots of great food trucks. So it's getting ready to open up right now. I'm not gonna go walking all through it with the camera on, but I did want to let you know about this. If you just type in Riverside Arts Market on anything Jacksonville or RAM, you'll find it. Anyway, I'm gonna run to the bathroom and then we'll get cruising. All right, right down there we have RAM, and then this is the new walkway. This is brand new. I mean, they've been working on it for years, but this is the bridge that goes over I-95. I always forget the name of this bridge. It might be the Buckman Bridge, but I'm not sure. No, it's not the Buckman Bridge. I don't know the name of this bridge, so if I find out, I'll put it later in the video. If not, somebody bleep it down in the comments. But this is nice, man. This is a brand new walkway that they built along the interstate. This is Interstate 95. So when we get up there, we'll take a look. And by the way, everything I talked about earlier where I was calling it the North Bank, it's the South Bank. I know. I got it wrong. So where the hospitals are and the residential where I mentioned earlier, that's the South Bank. We're on the North Bank now, heading southbound. So pretty good incline. This is a good workout. I think this bridge is a 1.5 or 2 miles long. Right down there, the Cummer Museum of Art is just down there a little bit. Really beautiful museum. Beautiful gardens along the river up ahead here. And then, you know, this area down here, I think heading that way, we're looking northbound now, is the 5 Points area of Jacksonville. Beautiful historic neighborhood. And we're just going to keep cruising across towards that over there, which is the South Bank. Let's keep going. Fuller Warren Bridge. I had to ask somebody. But anyway, we're heading up towards the top of the Fuller Warren Bridge now. And let's talk a little bit about this amazing St. Johns River. By river, we probably are 2 or 3 miles away from the Atlantic Ocean. But this is looking southbound. And you can't really see it, but all along the river over there are, let's say, expensive gajillion-dollar properties all along the river over there. Beautiful mansions and homes along there. There is some condo living and stuff over here on the north bank, but that's all houses. We'll look on the other side in just a few minutes. But fun fact, the St. Johns River, I believe, is the second largest river in the world that flows northbound, and one of the few that flow northbound. The largest river that flows northbound is, put it in the comments. All right, it's the Nile. So anyway, we're getting up close to the top now, so I'll get a view from that side. So I'm going to talk kind of loud because it's noisy up here, but this is our best view of everywhere we've been today. We're at the top of the Fuller Warren Bridge, looking southbound. There's all the hospitals that we saw. There's that railroad bridge that we saw. The blue bridge in the background is the first one we came over. The next one is the second one, and now we're on the third one. There's FIS and Florida Blue, and that neighborhood over there is Riverside. Right down here you can see the gardens of the Cummer Museum and some more housing down along the river here. Now we're looking south on the St. Johns and the neighborhood where all the rich folks live. So when we get back down on the Riverwalk, I'll wrap this thing up. So we made it back down here to Ram. We went over and back on the bridge. It is about just under a mile. It'd be pretty easy to make it a mile to extend one of the ends. So you could go over and back. It would make you about 2 miles. I don't know the elevations, but I'll have that thrown in the comments on what the whole loop was. But now we are back on the north side of the river. We're going to take the Riverwalk back to the car, which is over there by that Wells Fargo building. So now we're cruising on the Riverwalk, which is kind of almost an urban park here in Jacksonville. Look at these bald cypress trees here and native grasses right here along the river. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's sawgrass. You don't want to go crawling through that. And then along the way they have a lot of really cool information as you cruise along. So again, we're on the north bank. That's the south bank over there where all the medical and stuff is. I just wanted to show you a little closer. This is that railroad bridge. You can see the tracks are going across level on the water. And then that big drawbridge with a huge counterweight on the back lays down flat and the train goes right across. Pretty cool. We're looking at the Costa Bridge, which was the second bridge we went over. The blue one behind it is the Main Street Bridge, or I think it's called the Alfred Bridge. Or the Main Street Bridge. That's the blue one back there, but we'll get back to the car. We'll wrap this thing up. It's another cool view of the train bridge. Look at that! Some cows out there over the water. That's kind of cool. And then check this out. So this is another, I had no idea this existed, this Lover's Lock Bridge. Look at all these locks on here. Alright, let's cruise on to the end. Alright, there's a good shot of the Alsop or Main Street Bridge. And the Acosta, and then way back behind there, the Fuller Warren we were on. And I just wanted to point these out. Look at these. This is where, when the large ships used to come into downtown, this is where they would tie up. And you can see there's still, you know, some pleasure boats and stuff tied up along the river here. One pretty big yacht down there, and occasionally you'll see some really large boats in here, but really not very much anymore. I'm assuming this is when, you know, ships would come down here and dock and unload. Who knows what, back in the olden days. Pretty cool. All right, folks, that's about it. About 7 miles through downtown Jacksonville, over the 3 bridges, and we're back here, the statue of Andrew Jackson somewhere right behind me. We're almost back to the car. So listen, I hope you enjoyed our little hike through downtown Jacksonville, saw some cool stuff, and if you did, hit like and subscribe, hit that little bell so you know when the next video is coming up, and we will see you on the trails, folks. Happy trails, everybody. Bye-bye.